What is that moment you always live to remember with Fred in Fred's house?
Hey, Buddha, hizo hatuwezi ongelele hapa manzi. Pengine manduru za wasichana.
Something positive to Mbili.
Hiyo mtakati. Haya, so najua mtakati but ni sawa. Fred angekulipa ati bro ndo hii pesa yako. No, used to have tactics za kukulipa. Angekugido, unajua kugido ni kufanya msee hivi kukutickle. Angekutickle hivi, bazu, wewe ni mzee mzima. Angekutickle hivi. Alafu akuachie do yako hapo kwa nini kwa makwapa. So used to, you know, so Fred ni msee like I don't know. I can talk about Fred the whole day because Fred used to host me in his house, you know. Nilikuwa nalala kwa sitting room ya Fred, and he used to have 3 bedroom. Do you know I was sleeping in the sitting room? The other rooms were occupied. Fred was hosting almost everyone. When I get
talking about Fred hosting you and many other comedians in the house, what is that moment you always live to remember with Fred in Fred's house?
Hey, Buddha, hizo hatuwezi ongelele hapa manzi. Pengine manduru za wasichana.
Something positive to Mbili.
Hiyo mtakati. Haya, so najua mtakati but ni sawa. Something positive from his house.
Hata kama aliotengenezea
no, something positive from his house ni Fred loved to cook for himself and he used to cook for us. And Fred, for those ones who know Fred has been eating beans since I knew him. He knows how to cook beans. Freddy alikuwa tukitoka show tunapitia Nakumat. You know those days Nakumat was so active. He used to buy beans, easy frozen. Na kitunguu na nyanya. Akiingia kitchen, bro kitu inaenda kutoka hapo. Yani Fred used to cook and he loved to cook. Yeah. Then maybe yeah.
Ni impact gani, you know, impact yenye kuna zenye tunajua kwa industry 2MBILI. Ni impact gani Fred amekuacha nayo yenye, you know, I give this man his flowers na because of him singekuwa mahali penye nimefika. Ni impact gani alikuwa nayo kwa life yako?
The biggest thing I can say from I learned from the late Fred OMONDI and let me combine them. Otol na Fred OMONDI is to stay humble. Even if you have, don't show people that you have. Always stay humble. Ukimit mafans wako, they are the ones who build you. Just show them love. Always be there for your fans. Like, be humble. The name can be big, but always stay humble. You know, that's why people do ask me, mbona 2MBILI nakwaga simple, nini. It's because these things I learned from Fred OMONDI and Otol. Me, I can walk to town, I can use matatu, I can give lift to strangers, you know. I can buy lunch to people, you know, because I understand them. When someone tells you they are hungry, for real they are hungry. Nobody will ask you for food if they are full, you know. So those are things I learned from Fred OMONDI. Always stay humble. You see, even it's so sad that he lost his life through a motorbike. Fred ni msee, angekuwa na dinga yake hapo, na msee wa bike amwambie, Freddy si nikubebe leo. Yani angeacheo dinga hapo na aende na mtu wa bike. So that is something that I learned from Fred because I've lived with Fred for the longest. I think mimi ndo nimeishi kwa Freddy for the longest. Because tuseme mimi ndo nimeomoka wa mwisho kwa lot yote ya wase walikuwa naishi kwa Freddy. Mimi ndo msee niliomoka wa mwisho. But you know, Fred used to love me like he's a small brother. Though we were kind of like age mates. I'm 31, he was, I don't know, 32 or something.
Talking about you staying with other comedians at Fred's house, maybe if you feel comfortable, you can mention the names of people ambayo Fred alisaidia, alihost kwa nyumba wakati walianza usanii.
It's not good for me to mention them because maybe some of them, you know, sometimes unaweza saidia mtu na mtu akatae ku acknowledge, you know. But I'll just mention others who agreed, who have already revealed to the audience, to people that walilala kwa Freddy, someone like Obina. Obina si alikubali. Yeah, so maybe I can just talk of Obina peke yake because Obina alishawaambia. Yeah, but there are so many others. I remember even sometimes hatukuwa na do ya food mimi na Freddy. We used to drive, na tuko na fuel. We used to drive an X-Trail, the old model. It was a nice car. So we used to drive to OMONDI's home in Kileleshwa. Those days Eriko alikuwa anakaa Kile. We used to go there, tunachokora fridge. Tukikosa food tunaambia Eriko manze si tumekuja tu hapa juu ya food. You know? So Fred was someone who was real. Kama hana atakwambia straight, hana. He doesn't pretend. You know, there are some of us when you pretend like we don't have, it's reality, it's real, inaonekana hatuna, but we pretend that tuko nayo, you know. But Freddy was that one guy who used to show you that there's no need to hide, because I was there before, you know. He used to even stroll in Kibera na nisho kwenye wao waligrowia na Eriko. Una get?
How was life for them when they were growing up in Kibera, yeah, na Eric?
Bro, the moment you mention Kibera, you don't expect something like a good life. You expect a positive life, yes, but struggling, you know. Maisha ya kutafuta, like you struggle, lazima ujitume ndio upate. You get my point? Yeah. So
as we wind up, as we wind up this conversation, how will you wish we honor, we celebrate the late Fred Omondi? Hata kama ni serikali kuu ama ni serikali ya county.
You know, hizi vitu tunasemanga, we wish but they don't happen. We wish but they don't happen. What we can just do is to educate na to inform the motorists, all of them, to stay awake and stay alert. Because you see, if maybe the motorbike guy vile wanasema wrong side, angekuwa the right side, sasa hata tungekuwa hapa, sasa mungekuwa mmeboeka makwenu. Unaelewa? Hatungekuwa na vitu kama hivi. But again, Sagodi huko gandi amepanga tu, bado maybe inge happen in another way, you know. So we can just celebrate Fred by being real, you know. This guy was so real. Even the place he was living, Sati Freddy alikuwa anateseka. He just decided to stay out of cameras. Wale wase wanasema sasa ndio mnamjaribu kumcelebrate, mbona mko impea platform, mko interview? No. Kama kuna mtu mwenye tungependa sana to interview, this guy was funny, he was real, he was creative, ni Fred Omondi, but he never liked cameras, you know. Even the times that Eric was arrested, I think that was the last interview he did when Eric was arrested at Ken and released akakuja press KNT. You know, Fred hakuwa anapenda, yes, si kama Eric. You see, hata sometimes Eric angemwambia yo, can you join us leo nini? No. Hakuwa anapenda hizo manze. He had chosen that kind of life.
All right, 2MBILI, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Move.